Tuple. Tuple is my new lesson. But what is tuple actually? Tuple is another structure in Python. Just like a list, tuple is also a collection of items, but it is different from a list. Look, it is another structure in the Python. Tuple is exactly like a list, but it is different in some cases from the list. It is the collection of the items, the collection of the elements, exactly like what we have in the list, but it is different from a list. In some areas, in some cases, it is different from a list. What is the difference? Let's check the difference, that what are the points where tuple is different from the list. So let's check it. We will do comparison of list and tuple. List vs tuple. What is the main difference between the list and the tuple? So number one quality is not mutable. Tuple is not mutable. You cannot do changes to the tuple, but you can do changes to the list. So we can write that tuple is immutable. We cannot change, remove, or add an item to it. While list is mutable, we can do changes to the list. This is the very first quality, that tuple is not mutable. Tuple is immutable. You cannot change or remove an item or element to the tuple, while list is mutable. The quality of the list is that it is mutable. We can do changes to the list. We can remove or change an item to the list, but we can't do this thing to the tuple. It is immutable. So this is the very first difference of list and tuple. Have parentheses. For the tuple, you need to include all the elements inside the parentheses. So according to the point number 2, we used closed brackets to define a list, while the tuple is defined in parentheses. Well, this is the second difference. This is the difference in look-wise. When you look to the list is included inside the brackets. All the elements of the list are included inside the brackets. But when it comes to the tuple, tuple is defined in parentheses. Whatever elements you used inside the tuple, whether it is a number or a string, it is defined inside the parentheses.